Hey everybody, it's 10 o'clock, it's Sunday night, and it's Tom Antion live from Virginia Beach, along with Minnie, my mascot there, who's had a big day, and she's a little bit sleepy. That's where she sleeps while I'm working during the day. And yeah, we had a big day today, so I worked on my trailer all day today. I mean, from 7:30 this morning. And then I took a break at around noon because I had to go to the gun show. Yay, Virginia Beach Gun Show was on at the convention center. So I went down there and got what I had to get. And yeah, big day for her and me. So, so glad you could make it here. Let me refresh the Facebook thing here. I hope they get something eventually that's easy to use and you know, people are still trying to get a hold of me, you know, at the last second to get on the show. I mean, hey, Mary Lee, how? It stopped when you were introducing Minnie. Well, it says live. Is it still on? Yeah, I see people coming on. Say hello if you can hear me and tell us where you're from. Now it's working, she says. Good, good. Thank you. Alan shared it. The people are sharing. I appreciate that very, very much. Absolutely. Antion Associates even shared my own post. I think I have an automated service that does that. I think called Live Leap or something. Dean Hankey, happy Sunday, buddy. You are still alive. Yes, I am. Yep, says working now. So anyway, my co-host here is kind of taking a nap. So she's been running around barking like crazy and having fun playing outside. And I think Rubik's ran over her today, so she cried a little bit, but she's making a comeback. So let me get my notes out here. Let's see what we're going to talk about today. Oh, well, I was at Home Depot. Yeah, you know, I've been going there lots to get parts for the trailer. And there's a guy inside buying a skeleton. You know, for some reason, Home Depot's, and I think Lowe's too, has enormous numbers of Halloween decorations. Big ones too, big props. So I see this guy buying a skeleton. I don't think much of it until I get out in the parking lot. And this is what I see. The guy has a replica motorcycle with a sidecar. I think it's a Russian replica called a Ural, and they're kind of sweeping the country. In fact, last weekend I saw, or last holiday weekend, I saw a whole bunch of them, like 8 or 10 of them riding together. And so this guy was buying zip ties and a skeleton to make this skeleton ride in his sidecar. I stopped to talk to him and ask him if it was okay to take a picture, and I'm thinking, well, how could he say no? I mean, he's going to drive down the road with this thing. And he was telling me all about the sidecar. It was very interesting. And this thing will go through the mud. It's like a mudder. It's got a winch on it, and they go mudding in these things. So it's pretty crazy little side sport, but he's really kind of a cool guy to do that for Halloween. So let me get back here. So, well, our fake sponsor for this week is the Blue Sea Company. Blue Sea Company. I have spent a lot of money with them, and they are a fake sponsor. They're not sponsoring me. But this is an example. They make really high-quality marine stuff. Like this is a battery switch, on-off, or a source, battery 1, battery 2, and off. It was about $50 for this. I mean, it's high-quality stuff. It says it'll take 2,000 amps for 10 seconds and 1,000 amps for a minute. I mean, that's like electric chair stuff. So anyway, the Blue Sea Company is not sponsoring me, but I have a load of their stuff in my trailer. Very high-quality stuff. All right, let's see. Well, we got stuff in the mailbag. The saga is kind of sagging a little bit, the sagging saga. We got student debt relief in the scam section. I'm going to give you some food for thought in the brutal self-defense section. I forget what I'm going to talk about in the internet section. I forgot to put it in the notes. In the speaking tip, I'm going to talk about downer topics. Yuck, yuck, yuck. A-hole of the week, we got a prominent a-hole, a bunch of big a-holes. Big, all right. And the hero of the week is a cowboy this week. Okay, so Selfie Stupidity's up and running. Please go make an account there and upload photos and laugh a little bit, and we will get that site rolling. And I'm working on the Back of the Room Sales Seminar. I'm also working on another ebook. I just started this morning called One Sentence Business Plan Broken Down, because I've been talking about this one sentence business plan that I've been living since I was 10 years old. Here it is, by the way. You might want to jot it down. I create quality products that people actually want at a reasonable price, and I service the customer after the sale. That's the way I've lived since I'm 10 years old starting business. All right, so I'm fleshing out each one of those sections for this ebook. So that'll be coming, and those of you that are in Selfie Stupidity, I'll probably put some excerpts in there for you. Weight loss. Yay, weight loss. Oh, look at that woke up little Woofy. Hey, little Minnie. How you doing there, kiddo? She's sleepy. I'm sleepy, Daddy. Leave me alone. It's late. All right. So, I fell off the wagon a couple weeks ago when I was on my speaking trip. And actually like 6 pounds less than my max. Then last week I made a recovery. And this week, 95 pounds down, which has been my max. And so this is the 41st week reporting, back to 95 pounds down, which is 1.24 pounds per week since I have been reporting to you. So I'm looking for a good week this week, and hopefully make some records next week. So there we go, 95 down. Let me hit the refresh button here and see who's visiting, who's talking about us. Oh, hey, Carrie Newell. There's a new visitor. Nice to see you from Calabasas. I don't know where that is. I think it's California, but I hope it's not burning down. Ed. Wow, Ed Taylor, folks. Wow, we go way back 200-300 years from Los Angeles. Good to see you, Ed. There's Big Alan from surviveanddefend.com. Make sure he's got a special program where if your school district needs an active shooter class for the teachers and can't afford it, he'll teach you how to get sponsors for it. So it won't, probably won't cost anything for the school, and the sponsors will probably love doing this for those kids. All right, it's way better than buying a tuba or something for the band, because this could save lives. So if you have a school district that needs this, contact Alan Baris at surviveanddefend.com. Okay, let's see what else we got going here. Let's get moving. Okay, let's see. The mailbag. Still several people says, I want to win your trip. All right, so I want you to email me if you want to win a trip to the retreat center, one-on-one, or actually many-on-one. All of our people here helping you in your business for a full day, lunch and dinners included, and $500 in travel expenses too. So if you want to win, email me at orders@antion.com. Say, I want to win, and I'll send you back the link. And if you, no purchase necessary, void where prohibited by law. But you can get more chances to win by sharing it. So you can get 5 chances to win by just sharing it. You can get 20 chances to win if somebody signs up through your share link. So this is going to be a lot of fun. I'll get a lot of new subscribers, a lot of new people I'll meet, and they'll thank you for it because I'm going to treat them right. And you might win a trip. I'm pointing at you, might win a trip to the retreat center, one Many on one, we call it. So, well, all of our efforts will be concentrated on helping you do videos, blogging, social media, paid advertisement, whatever you want to do other than local. We're not experts in local ads, but we'll help you with it. So email me at orders@antion.com, and I'll send you the sign-up link, and it can get you going. Okay, so Carol wants to know, I heard you were in a documentary. I want to make one. Can you help? Well, yeah, I was in one. I didn't have too much to do with it other than be in it. It's should be coming out maybe within a month or so. It's called The American Entrepreneur. It's about me and my dad coming from old country and, you know, entrepreneurial spirit and creating entrepreneurs and all that. So Hollywood production companies doing that. But the lady, in the midst of this, I'm thinking, man, that'd be a great product to teach people how to do documentaries. Now, I don't know how to do them. I mean, I know how to do video production and TV shows, but not a documentary per se. So the lady that's producing the documentary about me is doing a how-to program on how to do documentaries and how to sell them. And, you know, this is, I mean, maybe next week I'll show a little excerpt of it. It's coming out beautiful. I mean, this lady's a Hollywood producer, and yeah, it's beautiful. So if you do a good job, it could play on, you know, cable, and you can sell it, and you can play it at film festivals and use it as a calling card for your business. So Carol, yeah, I can get you in touch with a lady named Terry Marie, the producer, who's also selling this program. Pedro wants to know, can you do an E-zine in Spanish? And why not? Heck yeah. I mean, a lot of people speak Spanish and as a first language, not as a second language. And a good friend of mine who's gone to the hereafter, Joaquim de Posada, had a big Spanish market. I mean, so he was you know, bilingual, but I think most of his stuff was in Spanish. So absolutely you can. Ted says, what's a decent percentage to pay for a merchant account? Well, Ted, that can vary. The more volume you get up, the more negotiating power you have. But anything around 2+% is reasonable. Now, American Express is going to be more. That's just the nature of the beast. But anywhere around 2. But when you start getting 5 and 6, plus a bunch of extra fees, then you got to say, no, that's a ripoff. You know, it's a legal thing that you're getting into with an actual merchant account, so if you have good credit, that helps and all that stuff. All right, let's get to the news. Well, the saga is sagging this week. There's no new reports that I was able to uncover on female teachers going after young male students, or young female students, as the case may be. However, there was an Alabama woman who was trying to get her case dismissed, and the judge would not hear to it. So she's still on the blocks. So nothing for that this week. Now, have you ever heard the saying, there's no such thing as a free lunch? Well, there's a guy in Pittsburgh who came up with a creative way to get a free lunch. And you know what? It actually worked. Now, it cost him quite a few bucks from something else that I'll tell you about, but the free lunch part worked. He called in a bomb threat to the he's not funny. You should never do such a thing. That could get people killed. It's just a dangerous thing. Could cause a stampede. I mean, people get crushed in those things. But I mean, you got to admit it's a creative way. And it was just to get a free sandwich at a sandwich shop in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So he got the free sandwich, apparently. I don't think he ever paid for that. However, 40-year-old Barry Clapperton faces charges for threatening to use weapons of mass destruction, public intoxication, false identification, terroristic threats, and escape. So I think I don't know, call me crazy. He probably would be a little better off paying for the sandwich. I don't know. Oh, let's see. I see some comments. Hey, Sue, how are you? There's two Sues on here. One Sue Massimo. Tom, you're losing the weight correctly, because if not, your body doesn't have time to adjust. The way you have a great chance for it to stay off forever. It's been a year now, Sue, and I have no trouble with this, the way that it's going. So, yep, and Sue would know. She's an expert in that kind of stuff. And Sue McCartney, hi, how are you? Sally, how are you? Sally from Florida, used to be from southwestern Pennsylvania. Yeah, Sally. Nice to see you here. And there's Carrie from Calabasas again. So at least some of the comments are coming through. If you happen to be listening on one of my other channels, you might want to switch to facebook.com/Antion, A-N-T-I-O-N, because I definitely won't. It's hard enough to see your comments on this channel, monitoring, but if you're on one of the other ones, I won't see them until I go to those channels one of these days. So. So this is the best place to be if you want to comment. All right, so let's see what else we got in the news. There's an Instagram star who live streamed sex with her boyfriend and claims it was an accident. I mean, these young ladies will do anything to build a following. So I won't even say her name, because it'll just give her more views for doing such a gratuitous thing. But I watched it. It was pretty hot. No, I actually did not watch it. But she claims it was an accident, just like the Super Bowl malfunction with that Michael Jackson's sister. So I don't know, accident or not. Well, there was a guy. Now I understand. Both of my parents have passed, and I totally understand the trauma that goes along with that. So I'm not judging this person. However, there's a guy in Minnesota who could not bear to admit that his mother and brother had passed. So he lived with their bodies for a year, right until, I don't know how he got found out. Maybe somebody was looking for them, and he didn't kill them. It wasn't anything, a homicide, anything. They died of natural causes, but he lived with them for a year. So I'm not judging, just a little bit weird. Okay. However, there's weird stuff in the real live world too. And I'll give you a little hint here. This is a cartoon of a gold ingot. Now, this gold ingot happens to be a cartoon that's smiling because he's all happy. Well, I really doubt that the gold ingots, if they had a personality and had a soul and had a brain, would be happy with the next news report. So, an Indian airport, not native Indian, Malay, Eastern Indian, stopped 29 passengers. 29 passengers for smuggling gold in their rectums. I am not making this up. Hey, a gold ingot is big. I'm telling you. Next time you decide, everybody's hammering me all the time. Invest in gold, Tom. Invest in gold. I'd like to know where that gold has been before I invest in it. Oh my God, 29 people. I wonder if they were on the same flight. I don't know. If they helped each other. I mean, I can't even do a suppository. Stick a gold bar up my butt. I don't know. Oh, man. Okay, so let's get into the scam bag, where we find the scumbags. How you doing, Minnie, back there? You sleepy? You still sleepy? Oh, it's okay. You sleep. Okay. The next, or one of the scams going around is a student loan debt relief scam. So these are companies that can charge you sometimes up to $700 up front, claiming they can reduce your payments, get you out of the student debt, and they can't do any of it. So Federal Trade Commission and who else? Justice Department, I don't remember, but two major federal entities start hitting these people up, and they're giving them $50,000 fines per account that they, hoodwinked. So these people are either on the run or going to probably try to disappear. So anybody if you have student debt, or if your kids or nephews or nieces, warn them about this, because if it's a legitimate program, you'll hear about it probably from the government on the major news media. All right. Okay, self-defense tip. I told you as food for thought. Well, use food as a weapon when it makes sense. Some examples is carrying coffee with you. Many of you carry coffee down the street or at your desk or all over the place. And I actually, I have a lot of time on my hands, experimented with this. Some of the coffee cups, the throwaway coffee cups, you used to be able to squeeze them and it would shoot a stream of coffee out. But now a lot of them are very well constructed and they don't work so well. So keep one of your coffee cups and put some water in it and see if it'll actually work. But at the very least, you can take the lid off and just throw it at somebody. Scalding hot coffee will get somebody's attention, I can assure you. And in addition to that, folks, throwing anything at somebody's face will get a reaction. May be enough time, if you're ready and prepared, to either run or incapacitate them in some fashion, or fight, get a jump on the fight. So hot coffee's good. Vinegar's good. You can get a little spray bottle or a little bottle, looks like a ketchup bottle but smaller, with a tip like this, and it'll squirt like crazy. You squirt vinegar in somebody's eyes, and they're going to be hard pressed to get you. All right, so you can get away. I mean, if I was eating a hot dog, I'd jam it in somebody's face, ketchup and onion and relish all over their face. I mean, anything going towards somebody's eyes is going to get a reaction. Enough time, if you're prepared to take some type of action, get the hell out, or get the drop on them by attacking them, just going ballistic on them while they're trying to deal with this stuff all over their face. Spaghetti be great. Spaghetti sauce, if you're at a sit-down restaurant or something and something happened, besides the food, the plates, hit somebody, head with a plate. Now, don't let it break and cut you. Salt shakers are vicious weapons. Not only will the salt get in their wound, but a lot of them come to a point, a little globe with the holes in it to a sharp point. You grab it like this, and they're very sturdy. They're usually thick, and really hammer. This is called a hammer fist, where it would be sticking out like that. I don't have a salt shaker handy. Sorry, I got a shotgun shell. All right, so it would be sticking out and hitting them. It could do a lot of damage with something like that. If you're anywhere around food, or if you're going somewhere, carry a cup of coffee with you. Nobody's going to notice. You never get in trouble with a cup of coffee. And look at this little, look at this baby girl. She usually sleeps laying right on the back of my neck. So anyway, food can help you out. Internet tip. So it's a good idea to check your email. I got some crazy message here. I don't know what. To check what your broadcast emails look like to a spam filter before you send them out. See, because you can send a broadcast email and it can be totally legit, but you can totally innocently say something that looks like spam to a spam filter that sees 1 billion emails an hour. So unless you study this carefully and has been around as long as I have, it's easy to do. It's easy to say something innocent. I never put the word money in there. I don't put no charge. You know, things, there's certain spam triggers. So basically, now if you have Kickstart Cart, this is already part of it. But right in your section where you create your email, when you're all done, you click a link and it checks it against the Spam Assassin database and gives you a score. Anything, if your score is 5 or above, don't even send the email. It's considered spam virtually everywhere and will get filtered. The closer to 0, and in some cases you can get minus numbers, which is really good. One of the tricks there, I don't really do it much, but if you put today's date in the subject line, it looks current and real rather than a spam that goes out millions of times all day long, you know, every day, the same email. So anyway, check your emails before you go out, because just that alone will probably teach you how to adjust your writing a little bit, because you want to get people excited about stuff, but if it's over the top, or if it clicks the spam trigger, well, they aren't going to see it anyway. So you got to play that fine line, and these tools help you do it. Spam Assassin, you can probably, if you don't have my shopping cart, you can go there directly, I imagine, and sign up for an account directly with Spam Assassin. So anyway, that's your internet tip. Speaking tip, downer topics. Nobody wants them. Here's the deal. Now, I'll just tell you a story. Years ago, I had a student, and he was a top terrorism expert on a major network. You would, any kind of time there was a terrorism thing, right there he was. He got, and this was, I don't know, maybe 20 years ago. He got a $31,000 retainer to be on their network, and $500 every time he appeared. So he made good buck. But, you know, most of the time he's not doing anything, you know, until something happens. So he thought, I want to be a speaker. So I said, who wants to hear about that topic in a big group of people? He said, oh, yeah, no, I'm an expert at it. I can do it. And so I taught him a lot of things about speaking, but I kept telling him this is a lousy topic for speaking. Nobody wants to put a big group of people together and hear a downer topic like that. I said, this is perfect for consulting, for small groups of executives to teach them how to keep their people safe in the field or when they travel internationally. You probably could make a fortune. But to think you're going to get in front of a big group of people and inspire them, telling them about terrorism, sorry. Hey, Warren, how are you, bud? Yeah, so if your topic is downer, now there's nothing wrong. Barbara said, oh my God, Minnie is the cutest. Hey, Charles from Melbourne, Australia. How you doing, man? Alan says, but did it work? Did she get a lot more followers? I got to remember. See, there's a delay here, so I'm trying to think, what am I responding to? I can't remember who we're talking about there. Did they get a lot more followers? So anyway, if you have a downer topic, somehow you got to switch it into an upbeat topic that people will hire, and then you can still talk about your topic in the course of that speech, not the whole speech, because remember, they didn't want to hire you in the first place because of that downer topic. But you can work in pieces into it to show your credibility, show you've been around, give examples, things like that. But don't try to sell it up front, because people don't want negative topics in their, in big crowds. So everybody's saying how cute. Instagram account. Oh, that girl that did the sex thing. I would imagine so, because it made national news, and so everybody's gonna. And her name was in it, so that's what she wanted. I'm assuming. I'm not her, but you know, they'll do anything because. And now it's getting very competitive. You know, it used to be you had to be a hot babe. Now there's lots of hot babes, and they're all competing against each other. So this seems to me like it was a setup. Mary Lee says, my original topic was a downer when I consulted with you on end-of-life care. Exactly. Now, I mean, it does kind of make sense if you're talking specifically to professionals in that field. But the thing is that's a tiny, tiny market that's cutting you out of all the other markets, so you'd have to switch it. Let's see. Mary Lee says, I told you not to use it. Then I became the home spa lady. Yeah, that's right. I remember that's a long time ago. So anyway, people say how cute Minnie is. So I think I have a video. I won't play the whole thing, but this was, you can grow up with her, so to speak, on the show here. This is a video of the first time she saw herself in the mirror. This is the first time she's seeing herself in a mirror. I don't know if you can hear me or not, but she'll move to the left here, and then the mirror will disappear as she's in the doorway, so she quits barking. And she had been barking for about 5 minutes before I shot the video. In fact, she hears a little bit of that, and she's starting to bark. Right?
Who is it?
But anyway, it was extremely cute. And let's see. I don't know how to stop a video on this system. Oh, did I stop it? I don't know.
Get it.
So let me know if the video is still playing, because there was no way to stop it once you started it. I don't know. Thanks for sharing, folks, the show. Appreciate it very much. Let's see. I'm going to refresh to see if we have any comments. Again, if you're listening on some other of my channels, I don't see your comments. Now I disappeared altogether. Here we go. No, it's the same comments. Some of the old comments are showing up again. I don't know how that, it's crazy. So anyway, let's get to the a-hole of the week. It actually should have been those Indians. I mean, that's some serious, with the gold in their butts. Look at her. That's the only little girl that licks my neck. Yes, that's the only little girl. Good girl. Oh, look at that little baby. Look at her. Isn't she the cutest? Let's see. Oh, now the thing expanded. So, but it wasn't the Indians, but they had some serious a-holes. I can tell you that. I guess all that glitters is not gold. But anyway, my a-holes of the week are all the people running the state of California. Now, I know there's people in California here today, but let me just tell you why, a very specific thing that was in the news this week. If you can explain this to me, I certainly, and nobody I've mentioned it to, can possibly understand why this would be done, other than political correctness runs so far amok it fell into the Pacific Ocean. The crime of knowingly exposing someone to HIV is no longer a felony in California. It's been reduced to a misdemeanor. How in the fuck can you Californians explain that? How can you explain that? You should be so embarrassed of the people running your state. And I don't mean to lecture you, because I like a lot of the people that are on here. But the thing is your state is fucked up in many ways. And it's great in many ways too. But how could you take someone knowingly giving somebody else a potential death sentence, not be attempted murder, a felony everywhere on earth except in freaking dumbass California? This is fucking crazy. can anybody explain this to me, that from California, their thinking behind this, other than kissing butt on the gay community? And I got plenty of friends that are gay. I got students that are gay. I don't care. Be gay. There's nothing in me that's against gay, ever. I don't care. I believe in everybody does their own thing, but there's a line that's crossed. Is you do your own thing until you hurt somebody else. Then it's no. How do you fucking explain reducing the charges for giving somebody else a death sentence? There's no way to explain it. Those people should be injected with HIV for making such a stupid fucking thing. Man, I cannot believe these assholes that kiss ass and blow people to get where they're at, and then they do this kind of stuff. Jesus. Well, it's lucky for let's get to the hero, because this just burns my my soul that doing something like that. Let me refresh, see if anybody's giving me shit about ragging on California. Let's see. Well, nobody in Melbourne, Australia seems to care. Yeah, see, it just brings up a bunch of old comics. I don't understand. But anyway, I don't rarely give celebrities the hero of the week, because I'm more of the unsung hero. Celebrities get more accolades than any people on earth, and many deserved, but many undeserved. So I rarely do this, but this topic grabbed me this week, and it's a guy named Jerry Jones, who is the either the owner or general manager, somebody, I think he's the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, who issued, and what I don't understand, it seems to me the week before he kneeled with all the people during the anthem, but he came out this week and he said, gave the players an ultimatum. You stand for the anthem or you sit for the game. Good for you, Jerry. Finally, somebody stood up for the country rather than all these dickheads that are disrespecting the country. I'd love to see him just leave. Like, all the people that claimed they were going to leave when Trump won, how come they're still here? How come they're still here? Why? Because they're full of shit. That's why. None of them. You can trust what they say as far as you can throw them. But Jerry Jones came through, but what I don't understand is how last week he knelt, if he was so, so I'm still wondering about that, but I was a little short on heroes of the week, honest to tell you the truth. So he got it, and I'm all for anybody that will, stick up for the country. Yeah. Like I said, everybody is welcome to leave. You're welcome to leave this country. There's no gates on it. Bye. Okay. So anyway, that's that. So that's our show for tonight. And Minnie did a good job, don't you think? Let's hear a round of applause for Minnie. Yay, Minnie! Good girl. Good girl. Where's the lens on this darn thing? There it is. Look at that little girl. Isn't that the sweetest little girl? So out of those 20 ones that were there last week, there's 3 left. All right. So anybody wants one, 600. I guess people grabbed up the cheaper ones, but there's 3 left. One is 500. The other's 500. There's one at 600. So if you want the little girl, they don't look like her. One's a blue Merrill, which is just cute as his hair sticking everywhere, blue and all kinds of colors. And 2 like her, but one is golden and the other one, I forget. But anyway, they're still available. So, I see Jeff Herring, it says Jeff Herring reacted. Let's see, let me see some comments coming in here. Sue says it's not playing. Let's see, anybody else have trouble? Yeah, these darn comments is crazy. Okay, can't see the comments. But anyway, so don't forget, email me if you'd like to have a chance to get a trip to the retreat center. and you get more chances for sharing it, and $500 in cashola, greenbacks in your pocket just for winning and sharing. No purchase necessary. You don't have to buy the cutest dog on earth to win, but you will get to meet her. Yep. And just email me at orders@antion.com. And as always, stay safe. Stay home if you can and make some money while you're doing it. And this is my, no, I'm not dirty. This is my gun show. They stick you with a thing when you go to the gun show. All right. Catch y'all next week. Bye-bye.